y'all, I'm Amanda and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk all about Series 11 and some of the team archetypes I'm planning to try out once November comes. Be sure to check out the description for rental codes and pokepaste teams for each team I talk about here. So the first team that I want to talk about a little bit is a LapDog team. Now Zacian is the restricted legendary on this team. That's the dog in LapDog, and its incredible attack power and speed really help to make it an offensive powerhouse. Combined with the Aurora Veil from Lapras's Gmax Resonance, it can be pretty bulky as well. And Lapras itself can do a decent amount of damage too when its weakness policy is activated, because it increases its special attack by 2 stages. And if you need to activate your own weakness policy, Comfy can do so with its +3 priority Giga Drain. And because Comfy outspeeds Incineroar and Rillaboom, it will in most cases not be affected by their fake out pressure. So aside from activating weakness policy, Comfy can also be used to keep bulky Pokemon healthy behind the Aurora Veil protection with moves like Floral Healing to increase HP and Aromatherapy to remove status conditions like burns on your physical attackers. Helping Hand can also be used to further increase its partner's damage. Now, it's important to have multiple options for which Pokemon you plan to Dynamax so that you can adjust your game plan depending on your opponent's team. Landorus serves this role really well. Its Intimidate helps to reduce physical damage, and its move pool provides a lot of great coverage. Additionally, its Stab Max Airstream allows for excellent speed control when it's Dynamaxed. And Amoonguss here is another excellent support Pokemon. Rage Powder allows Amoonguss to redirect damage away from its partner Pokemon, while Spore allows it to incapacitate opposing Pokemon with sleep turns. And then finally, Clear Smog allows Amoonguss to remove stat changes either on your own partner Pokemon or on opposing Pokemon. So you can remove opposing defense increases, and you can also remove nerfs to your own Pokemon, like Intimidate attack drops. And finally, Incineroar provides great coverage against most of the popular restricted Pokemon. Fake out pressure is always great against opposing prankster Pokemon like Whimsicott and Grimmsnarl, and Snarl can neutralize opposing special attackers and deal great damage to Calyrex-Shadow because Dark-type moves are 4 times effective against it. U-Turn can be used to cycle Intimidates on opposing physical attackers to reduce damage from them, and Flare Blitz can deal good damage against restricted Pokemon like Zacian and Calyrex Ice, which are weak to fire attacks. So the second team that I want to talk to you about here is my Calyrex-Shadow team. Now, this one doesn't so much follow common archetypes you may see. It's a little bit less formulaic like that, but I really like it. This is probably the team I plan on using the most. I think that Calyrex-Shadow with the Focus Sash is much, much better than Life Orb Calyrex-Shadow. And the reason for that is because Calyrex-Shadow has 2 4x weaknesses to Ghost and Dark. That means that in the mirror, where you have 2 Calyrex-Shadows fighting each other, the one with the Focus Sash is probably going to win most of the time because that Astral Barrage will just OHKO a Calyrex-Shadow. Additionally, Sucker Punch will OHKO Calyrex-Shadow as well. So you need some way to protect your Calyrex against opposing priority moves like Sucker Punch that it really can't do anything about. So we've got Indeedee here with Psychic Surge, and that Psychic Terrain will really help protect Calyrex against opposing priority moves like Sucker Punch. We've got Sableye there as a support Pokemon. Trick Eject Button is a really cool way to deal with opposing Dynamax, and because Sableye is a Dark and a Ghost type, it's immune to Fake Out and it's immune to Prankster Taunt from things like Whimsicott. It's got a great set of support moves, so in addition to Trick, we've got Quash for speed control, and we've got Will-O-Wisp to help nerf opposing physical attackers like Zacian, for example. And then finally, Foul Play gives Sableye an attacking move so that if it happens to pick up an Assault Vest through Trick, or if it's sitting on Psychic Terrain or an opposing Sarina, it can still do something with its turn by using Foul Play. Now we've also got Landorus here. That Intimidate is really great to help nerf opposing physical attackers, drop that attack 1 stage every time Landorus comes on the field. It's also a great Dynamax option. It's got a lot of good coverage in its ground type, its flying type, and its rock type moves. That flying type Dynamax Max Airstream Stab move is going to do great damage while also giving us speed control as well. So we have both Sableye and Landorus here for speed control, as well as a Choice Scarf Darmanitan. So Darmanitan hits really hard. It's got a high attack stat, and its ability Guerrilla Tactics basically acts like a choice band for it. So we can stack another choice item on top of that with no real downside. So basically, Darmanitan gives us the ability to have both a Choice Band and a Choice Scarf at the same time. So we've got moves like U-Turn, so we can pivot out if we find that none of its coverage moves really hit the opposing Pokemon very well. We've got Brick Break to deal with opposing screens from things like Lapras or Grimmsnarl. We've got Flare Blitz to take care of those Pokemon like Calyrex-Ice, or perhaps Zacian, which take a lot of damage from fire-type moves. And of course, we've got Icicle Crash for that really hard-hitting stab to take care of opposing flying types. And finally here, we've got Libero Cinderace. Now, the ability Libero is Cinderace's hidden ability, and it gives you the ability to have all of your moves be stab. That means Cinderace's type will change to the type of the move that you're using. So you will get that 1.5 times same type attack bonus on every single move you use. So we've got Stab Bounce, which gives us a max Airstream if we choose to Dynamax Cinderace. That's also more speed control on this team. We've got Pyro Ball because fire really hits a lot of the meta really well. We've got Iron Head because steel is a very good offensive type. It's not resisted by very many types. And finally, we have Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch can help us deal with those Calyrex-Shadows if the opposing team does not have any way to stop priority moves. And finally, I'll just point out that the item here on Cinderace is a white herb, and that's just to help us deal with opposing Intimidates. And there's a lot of Intimidates running around in the meta with Landorus Therian and Incineroar, and we just want to be able to get over that -1 attack drop at least once. And the last team I want to talk to you about is this Coalossal team. So again, Zacian is a restricted legendary on the team because of its incredible attack power and speed to help make it a good offensive powerhouse when not Dynamaxed. And Coalossal is the main Dynamax Pokemon on this team. Its Steam Engine ability maxes out its speed by +6 stages when hit by a water or fire type move. And since Coalossal is weak to water as well, you can give it the item weakness policy to increase its special attack by +2 stages when it's hit by a water move. Now, because the strategy for using Coalossal depends so heavily on hitting it with a water type move, it's really important to have a couple of different options to do that depending on your opponent's team. In this case, Dragapult can use Surf to hit Coalossal as well as the opposing Pokemon, and because it's a ghost type, it's immune to Fake Out. However, because Surf doesn't have any priority, this setup is weak to Prankster Switcheroo/Trick Eject button. So to combat this, we also have Urshifu Water with Aqua Jet, which has a +1 priority. Now, Urshifu outspeeds most Trick users like Sableye and Grimmsnarl, but it doesn't outspeed Whimsicott, so it's really important to still kind of play around the potential of an eject button switcheroo when Whimsicott is on the field. And again, Amoonguss is an excellent support Pokemon. Rage Powder allows Amoonguss to redirect damage away from its partner Pokemon, while Spore gives it that ability to incapacitate opposing Pokemon with sleep turns. And again, Clear Smog can really help to keep your Pokemon healthy, remove those attack drops, remove those defense drops, and also remove buffs from your opposing Pokemon that might come about due to Dynamax. And again, just to put that out there again, Incineroar is a wonderful Pokemon. There's a reason it's the #1 most used Pokemon in the meta. It gives you great coverage against a lot of popular restricted Pokemon, plus Fake Out pressure will be really good against opposing Prankster Pokemon like Whimsicott, maybe even Tornadus that really likes to get a Tailwind up turn 1. So that was just a quick discussion about a few Series 11 teams I'm planning to try out once November gets here. Leave a comment down below to tell me what kinds of teams you'll use in Series 11. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. I'll see y'all later. Bye!